What is with all the master tier players and normals? I know it's pre-season. Today is definitely going to be a stranger one. Not really. I saw Broxa, who's a really nice guy. I met him like one time, and he gave me the time of day. Let's go! He was doing like a Duskblade Hecarim build, and I thought like it looked so sick. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot. I want to give it a shot. 99% slow on Duskblade. Is that still what it does? Yes. So Ian with Duskblade, get the proc, and then you're just sticking to that person. Dun. Gonna be like Duskblade. We're gonna have her. Oh, of course. Would it be a regular build of League of Legends if we did not have Ravenous Hydra at some point? Also, Manamoon as well. We've got all the contenders for items that probably should have something done to them. Death Dance as well. I can't remember what his friend was called, but I because like we ended up flying back to Europe on the same airline, except he was in like business class or above, because and I was in economy, because let's be honest, he might have been first. I don't know, man. He might have been first class actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. Anyway, you know what? I take it back. I hate that guy. This is for All Stars in 2018, and I was flown out there to do nothing. And I wish I was kidding. I literally go out there and I was like, do you want me to do anything? They're like, no, just enjoy yourself. And I was like, okay, I appreciate it, but I also could have enjoyed myself at home. I did get a thing where it was like, okay, I don't know if I've actually told this story before. I was supposed to be on the All Stars broadcast, but like, I may have ruined the shot, and it ended up never being used. There was a point where they were like, hey, we want to get a quick shot of so that like there was this thing that they used to do where like Dash, who's one of the shoutcasters, had a thing where he had like an alternate like ego Dash. I don't know what it was, right? He had like an alter ego thing going, and it was like his evil twin, okay, who was like all egotistical and all that kind of stuff, right? So they were doing like a thing with his alternate ego or whatever, and they're like, they didn't know who I was, even though I was in like the VIP area or whatever, right? But they were just like, hey, can you just like ask Dash to sign this? Ask him to sign your poster and stuff and pretend to be a fan. And I was like, yeah, I can do that, like no sweat. And then I was being a little bit extra with that. I was giving him the whole like you know that obsessed girlfriend meme? I was like, and I was like I was getting quite close to him and just staring at him, and it never made it to the broadcast. What a disappointment. Could it be because they may have thought that they actually had drafted in somebody who was not quite there for their shot? I don't know. I was too creepy, that's why. Yeah, but they wanted like an obsessed fan. Maybe like not like obsessed like a Yandere, like Mirai, Nikki kind of like I'm gonna gut you and wear your intestines like a Scar fan. But I was like, they wanted an obsessed fan. I was giving them an obsessed fan, okay? Don't like come at me when I maybe get too close to the project and I'm pulling like a weirdo kind of like Jim Carrey on the set of the Andy Kaufman biopic, or like every time Jared Leto was mercilessly allowed to somehow portray another character in any film universe and decides that, like, he's gonna start sending dead rats and condoms to his cast members because it's what the Yonkler would do, man. Don't come at me. When listen, you get what you pay for, and those guys are paying me nothing, right? Nobody was paying me anything. I was just there. I was given theater kid energy. I don't think I possess any theater kid energy. Although that being said, maybe somebody who is a theater kid could tell me that. I don't actually think I have an acting bone in my body. Like I for a while I was like, would it be really funny if I started applying for like extra positions in like casting calls? I think that would be really funny if like nothing crazy, just like it might just be a funny thing to see me in the background of something. But then I realized like I don't, and this is like no offense to myself or whatever, but like I feel like the only extra background thing I could be is like in the back of like a meth lab or something. Like my eyes are like, I have like, I don't know, my eyelids are quite heavy. They're quite like heavy set, so I look like I'm quite either stoned or tired regularly, but I'm not. Like I look like I'm on drugs, like when I'm not, you know. And I just have like resting stoner face. That's just how it goes, okay? I do have the meth smile, but I don't have much of the like that. So I guess that would be the best thing. But I don't think like you couldn't have me like in like the background of Mad Men or something, you know? I would be very specifically typecast for doing like Skins or something, or in the background of Skins. I think Maisie was in the background of Skins actually. She was an extra in the Skins. Yeah, man, I'm gonna leave. Oh god, he actually ulted me. Bro, you are. I'm going this way, man. He's so done in. He got so done in. It's a jungle attack here. Sorry, my bad. I don't have an ounce of vision on that shit, bro. I need some vision on that. I need like an edge roll ulti. I need vision. I need vision. I need vision. Oh my god, edge roll, please ulti. Is ulti vision. Woo! Yeah, I don't have a tremendously large hope of getting in on this. I mean, maybe I still could, but I'm gonna need some like super. Okay, I got it again. Wow, lol, bro, lol. I'm lolling, I'm ruffling, and I'm lamowing. Lovely little game with a master tier player on the enemy team just shot calling. Oh, that'd be just splendid, man. There's like a Rip and Tear song that I listened to. And it's this song, and it's got vocals over it, and I was like, this song's really good, man. So I looked up the lyrics. Turns out the entire song is a recipe for pulled pork. Let's make some pulled pork. Paprika. Cuban coriander, salt and pepper. Gather. I've never had a Wendy's before. What's its main thing? Like, McDonald's has got their burgers. Burger King's got their burgers. Five Guys is like all about the burgers, right? In-N-Out is about the burgers. So like, what's their USP? Tell me. White Castle is about the burgers as well, but they're called sliders. Every single person that I ever spoken to who like lives in America was like, White Castle is like mid. It's like bad. But like I've never had a slider before. And then I got like a dozen sliders for me and Maisie, and I was like, my god, these things are Moorish as hell. It's like popcorn but in burger form. I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I've never had a slider or anything like that before. And I'll be honest, we only went to White Castle because of like Harold and Kumar get the munchies. But it was pretty like fine, man. It was pretty good. Puts a literal pound of onions on the sliders. I like onions, so like I got no problem. I'm Scottish, man. Scottish people are like onions. Ah, they smell. Yes, no. Make you cry. Layers. Scottish people have layers. Onions have layers. Do you want to know something like really sad? But like I must admit it, because it's true. Upon like me first watching the Austin Powers series, I actually did not realize that Mike Myers plays like basically all the characters. Like Dr. Evil, Fat Bastard, and obviously Austin Powers himself. I don't know, man. I mean, granted, I was like not that old when I first watched them, but still, man, you know what I mean? And Americans, no offense, because you have a rich cultural identity of like, you have a rich history of immigrants. You have a very, like, you probably have the most diverse country, one of the most diverse countries on earth. There, the amount of people in this short amount of time, a lot of the people that I met when I was in America, now they were sweet. They were light, they were nice, and plus I was in a small town in North Carolina. They probably hadn't met too many people around these parts or something, I don't know. And well, it's North Carolina, so they probably sounded like Mr. Beast as opposed to sounding like a character from an old western. You know what, man? I'm gonna say Hutta! The amount of people that I met that were all like, I'm part Scottish, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. And they were genuinely like, on my mother's grandmother's father's side, I'm actually Scottish, and I'm like, sure you are. There was a lot of people that were like, I'm 1/18 and a half Scottish. I'm just like, man, it's fine, bro. I think that's a cool, I was gonna say origin story. There's probably a better word I could use. I think I'm too terminally online to come up with a better word though. But it's a cool thing. Like, it's a bit of a banger origin story, man. It's like the reverse fall of the British Empire. Just like, British people in the 1800s be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, we'll give India back. Oh, I'm sorry. Existence is a prison and consciousness is a curse. You know what, man? I never learned what this was. It's like, Maisie and I were like, it was like 2 a.m. one night, and Maisie and I were trying to sleep. And like, I am not kidding. I heard like mining outside. I was just hearing, dunk, 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 dunk. Like there was a dwarf outside mining, man. And like, we opened the window and it was so loud, bro. And we listened for about 20 minutes to someone mining for copper or something. I have no idea what they were doing. But all I heard was just, dunk, dunk. And it sounded like a pickaxe striking steel. And to this day, I even brought it up to Maisie like a couple weeks ago. Like, do we ever know what the hell was going on with that person mining outside? And we just don't know what was going on. So I was like, they could be performing a bank heist. It could be a group of robbers. I don't live near a bank, but it could have been. They could have been digging a very, 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 very long tunnel that nobody would suspect. The police get into this tunnel and they're like, what the hell? This is like 4 miles of tunnel to the nearest bank. What the fuck is going on? We were literally trying to catch Hans Gruber in the act. Hans Gruber, by the way, is the antagonist of Die Hard 1. Not Die Hard 2, because he's dead. Spoiler alert for a 20-year-old movie. Actually, more than 20 years old. Do you know what? It's a weird one, but I genuinely still find it funny, and I still enjoy discourse when somebody spoils the end of like a movie that's like 30 years old. And then people like in the Twitch chat will be like, spoilers! Like, I still find it funny. I don't know why I still find it funny, but I do find it funny. There's no like actual reasonable explanation as to why I do. Alright. She's living on another planet, bro. I don't know where she at. Okay, that E did a bajillion damage to me. Holy crap. Oh, it wasn't the E, it was the Q. I was like, based on her HP, I was like, I'm pretty sure I just win this anyway, but I didn't get enough time to live to do it. That's both thumbs down on Caitlyn. I'm gonna be honest, man, like, I mean, I respect the attempt to live, but if I was that Caitlyn, I don't think I would pop anything against Hacker. I'd just be like, I'm dead, man. It's like, speaking from experience, having been ganked by Hecarim more times than I care to count, a lot of the time, I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna give him this kill. Hope that doesn't actually snowball into anything important, but at least I keep my summoners. Inside out, a stranger to this feeling. Got no clue what I should do. Alright, buddy. They're still trying, man. Like, I respect the hustle. I gotta respect the hustle. They're still making little micro movements, trying to make some way, trying to make some room. You know what, man? Actually, I've decided I don't want this Aurelia to move. I've decided that it is now, moving is now illegal. Oh, I still pushed her. Did I mad? Okay, she's dead. You know what? I'll admit. Backing would probably be pretty good for business. Just because I'd do more damage. I've got 4k. Is this the 10k no back challenge? 10k no back challenge? Part of me's like, what if we just not let them have it, but you know, they get a little bit of the hopium in the system. A little bit of hopium in the system. They're like, maybe this game's winnable. is a spoiler alert in there, and the spoiler alert is it's not, but still. You're 0 and 6. You're worth less in this minion wave. However, if you're still sticking around by the end of things, then I will be forced to take drastic action. 10 gold CS per minute. You know what? I reckon just under 6k gold. I can probably be back. Okay, I can probably be back. Ooh. I'm getting out of here, dude. You know what I'm saying? Now, give me that, and then when you're done with that, give me that. You know what? I can give it a try. Yeah, okay, that's pretty strong. It's not bad at all. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's okay. I'll be taking that. And I'll be taking that as well. I'm still maintaining 10 CS per minute. I don't think I've ever done this in my entire life. I shouldn't have charged into the blast gun. I realize that now. How much CS does Dragon count as? Just asking for a friend who happens to be more than 10 CS per minute right now. I'm not hurt. No, don't hurt Yasuo. Don't hurt Yasuo. Don't hurt Yasuo. Don't hurt Yasuo. He's a butterfly. He's a little pretty. He's a little pretty butterfly, man. He's not doing anybody no harm, right? I need just a little bit more Galt, man. He's got a redemption and a vigilant wardstone. That's insane. Okay, just let me do this, and then I'll call it what it is. That's fine. Now, I'm backing for my final item. I could get an elixir of wrath though, just to, you know, but I won't. I'm that kind of guy. And as fate would have it, I get my items, and they immediately surrender. I'm telling them to chill out, and they're like, yeah, we'll stand in their base. Yeah. Pin them into their base. That's a great way of doing it. I've never said. I told you. Shut up, Crash. I'll strangle you in game. I'll kill you in League of Legends.